Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with your host, Nufftingz. So, I want to talk about Marvel Zombies. Okay, that show, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. That show was just, it was so good, and I wish it was longer. 4 episodes didn't do it justice. That show was great. Now, the What If episode was good too, but this was good because it was honestly, I feel like with a lot of our shows now, especially in my age, like even the Ninja Turtles, I'm tired of watching the Ninja Turtles just be normal. I love The Last Ronin. I like it now that a lot of our shows are mature for the kids that were kids when the shows came out that are now adults. I love that. That's why I like Justice League Dark, where Darkseid, killed a whole bunch of heroes and um what not kidnapped but kept them under his control. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was just it was amazing. Like I love the fact that it's more adult now. That's why I love Injustice. I think that whole thing with Superman being the way how he is when he was when Lois died was perfect. I think those things are just for the adults. I think they should do shows that are for the kids and shows that are for the adults, right? Now, Marvel Zombies was really good. I enjoyed it. I know there's people out there that don't like it, but I think it was great. If you want my opinion, I say go watch it. It's a great show. I've been telling people that I know to watch it. It's a good show. It's really done well. I like Blade and how he was. I thought that was good. But yeah, there's one question though that people keep asking. And it's like, I wonder about this question. Like, people don't seem to understand. Icarus fighting Captain Marvel. Now, I'm gonna give you my take on it. Now, here's what I think. I thought that was a really good part of the show that I never expected to happen. And I think everyone else on the planet didn't expect to see that. All right. Now, we have to remember something here. As people are going to be like, oh, why is he fighting her? Blah, blah, blah. I personally don't think Icarus could have killed her. I think that Captain Marvel as a zombie is so strong, right? And I don't even think Scarlet Witch could have controlled her either. I personally believe that Captain Marvel, because remember in the movies, Captain Marvel is OP. Like we're talking like they made her so strong. It was ridiculous. Remember when she threw hands with Thanos in Endgame? Like she just threw hands with this guy, man. He had to pull out one of the Infinity Stones to knock her down. Like she was OP. Now, yes, Scarlet Witch is OP also, but I don't think that Scarlet Witch had the killer instinct that Captain Marvel had. I think Captain Marvel as a zombie was just untamable. Like she was just like that strong. She's already strong, and I think that as a zombie, she was extremely violent, right? And couldn't be handled. I think Scarlet Witch knew this and could not fight her. And she maybe tried, but she didn't have enough power. I think when she gets the power of Hulk and the power that Hulk had, the Infinity Stone power and whatever, and Ms. Marvel's power, which I think she did get Ms. Marvel's power, right? Like I could be wrong, but I assume that she had her power. That was more of a shielding mechanism. I think that Ms. Marvel's powers were shields, right? And it was able to shield her from serious threats, right? Which made her do whatever the hell she was doing, right? Like I could be wrong. I'm just going by, my headcanon, like what I think. And like she wouldn't be able to withstand. I think that Scarlet Witch probably could have beat Ms. Marvel. Sorry, not Ms. Marvel. Sorry, she could have beat Icarus, but she needed Icarus to keep Captain Marvel at bay. Because let's be real here. Did you see how strong she was? Like, if you had her roaming, she would kill everybody. Like, there would be no groups of people that are trying to fight, the zombies or whatever. She would have wiped out everybody. No problem. She wouldn't even have broke a sweat. Seriously, she would have just went around. Like, let's be real. She could fly, right? She flies extremely fast. She shoots beams, so she can hit anybody from far away. Um, like you saw this with Thor. Like look at Thor when he became a zombie. Look who he dealt Blade. Like I was like, damn, bro. Doesn't Blade have the power of Khonshu? Like, dude, like he just wiped out. Like, he wiped out people, no problem. Once Thor became a zombie, he just went off, right? Captain Marvel is stronger than Thor in you know my God, I can't even say that in the MCU, right? So can you imagine how strong she is as a zombie also? Like, bro, and the fact that she would be like hard, like, and she was, and remember too, let's not forget, Scarlet Witch had control of Thor. She could not control Captain Marvel. Were her eyes red? I don't even remember. Like, let me see here. Was her eyes red? All right, so I had to double check. And I was right. She didn't have the red eyes. So, in other words, that meant Scarlet Witch could not contain her, could not control her. So, that means you have a crazy woman flying around. And the joke is, since she can't contain her, that would mean that she would just go out and kill everything. So, Captain Marvel being held by Icarus helped Wanda also. Now, I guarantee that once Wanda got the power of the Infinity Stones, Captain Marvel had no chance, which we didn't have to see that, we knew right away. Like Scarlet Witch is already powerful as hell, and then she has a part of the Infinity Stones, and she has Ms. Marvel's bangle powers, because that's what she was going for. We don't know for sure, but we know it was the bangle. For some reason, Marvel wants to make the bangles these overarching, powerful items, like the quantum bands, but they're making these so strong. Now, my whole thing is, okay, Icarus had to contain her, right? So I assume that at the end, when Wanda had the power, she got rid of both Icarus and Captain Marvel. But before that, when she didn't have the power, she could not contain her. This also takes a giant dookie on my boy Thor, who they just keep messing with. Like we all know Thor is the man, but in the MCU, he is not, bro. Like he is just always getting smoked. Like every time you see Thor, he does one cool thing and then does three bad things after. He's always depressed. He's always it's like, bro, come on. Also, did y'all see how they did my boy Groot, my boy Rocket Raccoon? Damn, bro. Like they just, man. Because like even Thanos, right? He wasn't able to use the powers and he started to learn. And he would have been a huge problem too. Could he have taken out Wanda with the Infinity Stones? I don't know, man. Probably. But we all know for a fact Captain Marvel would have smoked all of them. There would be no story. Like, it would have ended there. So Icarus, who is, Marvel's, Superman, had to hold her down. And you know what the whole thing was too, right? He probably had to hold her down because they want Tiamat, I can't remember his name, the celestial Tiamat to grow, right? There was no snap here. And there was more of a wipeout than there was when Thanos snapped. Like, we're talking, they needed life on Earth for Tiamat to grow, right? So it's like, bruh, if she's there wiping out everybody, no problem. Someone had to contain her. Now, I didn't see any other Celestials. I would assume that Captain Marvel probably smoked them too. Like, she probably beat all of them. Unless they were somewhere else or off-world. Or, they had died and they powered up Icarus or something. And that's why he was able to hold her down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the goal is to still hatch the egg, right? So her being there stops it completely. Like, there's no hatch. Like, with Captain Marvel as zombie walking around, there's no hatching of eggs. Like, let's be real here. No eggs are hatching. There's no incubator strong enough to hatch these eggs. Okay? So, that would never happen. Right? So, yeah, like, the job was to protect humanity just for that reason, right? And yeah, like, I don't know, man. I personally believe the show was good. It was done well. There was little things that here and there that made you go, eh. But besides that, the show was good. That was a good part, where they were fighting each other. I thought that was just, I was like, wow, like, this is actually a good idea. Like, Marvel, put their foot in it this time. Like they really, went off. And I feel like there should be a season 2. And it was way better than What If. What If was good at the beginning and then turned into some weird crap at the end. They need to do something like this. What I think Marvel needs to do is we need more of this, adult content. Like I said with DC when they did Justice League Dark, like we need stuff like this in Marvel. What they could do is do the same movie, but have one for the adults and one for the kids, animation style. I think this was perfectly done. I give it a 10 out of 10. But I mean, there's things wrong, obviously, but it was done well. I was highly entertained. Like, I'm literally yelling at the TV, like, yeah! Like, I was having a blast. Like, that show was just, it was good. But anywho, I also wanted to look up, while I paused this video, I wanted to look up, I asked ChatGPT what it says, just to get, because ChatGPT goes online. So here we go. In Marvel Zombies on Disney Plus, the explanation given or implied is that Icarus and the zombified Captain Marvel are locked in a perpetual stalemate. They fight continuously because neither can decisively defeat the other. Here's a breakdown of how this is portrayed, understood. What's shown in the show? In episode 1, the survivors Kamala, Riri, Kate come across a giant canyon carved out of a mountain. That canyon is revealed to be the result of an extended battle between Icarus and a zombie Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. It's described that their fight is never ending. In other words, it has persisted for years because they are so evenly matched that neither can land a finishing blow. This perpetual conflict emphasizes how powerful Carol has become in the zombie verse, strong enough to go toe-to-toe with an Eternal. Why 5 years is mentioned? The show is set 5 years after the quantum virus outbreak, which turns people into zombies. Because the fight is so long running and the landscape shows the scars of it, it implies they've been battling over much of the time frame. So when people say Icarus was fighting Captain Marvel for 5 years, it's shorthand for they've been fighting since the outbreak or soon after, and the fight has lasted throughout the 5-year time span the show covers. Why it's a stalemate? Neither can overpower the other. Carol as a zombie is extremely powerful, and Icarus as an Eternal is cosmic in his abilities. Both are undead, corrupted, so moral constraints don't limit them. Their fight is driven by raw power and the zombie state. Since there are no narrative reason for now to have one side win, the perpetual battle also serves as a visual and thematic symbol of chaos, being a tremendous power unleashed without purpose of restraint. So then I asked, but why was he fighting her? So the show doesn't give a clear spoken reason why Icarus was fighting Captain Marvel. Only that they were locked in a never-ending battle when the survivors come across them. Here's what's implied. Both were infected. I don't believe that was true. In Marvel Zombies, Captain Marvel is confirmed zombified. Icarus' status is ambiguous. Some fans still think he's still alive, since the Eternals may not get zombified in the same way, while others think he could be partially infected or just consumed by rage survival instinct. If both are infected, the fight could be a mindless zombie aggression, where two extremely powerful beings attack each other endlessly. If only Carol was zombified, then Icarus may have taken it upon himself to contain her, because he's one of the most dangerous cosmic threats left. His way of containing her wasn't beating her, since she can't be killed easily, but just keeping her occupied in an endless stalemate. That would explain why the canyon looks carved out from years of clashing. He's essentially been sacrificing himself as a guard dog to keep zombie Carol from destroying everything else. Alright, so then here's the other question. So it was to contain her so she couldn't wipe out everyone. Exactly. This is a widely accepted interpretation. Zombie Captain Marvel would be an unstoppable threat to any survivors left on Earth. She has cosmic level strength, flight, energy blast, If she was free to roam, she could wipe out entire groups of people or even whole cities without breaking a sweat. So the idea, well, she said sweat. So the idea is Icarus stepped in to keep her occupied. Instead of killing her, which seems impossible, he fought her endlessly, carving up the landscape in the process. By doing this for years, he basically acted as a containment measure, stopping her from turning Earth's last survivors into dust. It's a grim but heroic angle. Icarus sacrificing himself is a never-ending stalemate, just so everyone else could have a chance to survive. And then I asked a question about Tiamat. In Eternals 2021, the whole mission of the Eternals on Earth is revealed. They were placed there by the celestial Arishem the judge. Their job was to protect humanity, not just for humanity's sake, but so the population would grow large and provide enough energy for the emergence. The emergence was the hatching of Tiamat, a newborn celestial gestating inside Earth's core. So there you go. So what I said is right. I mean, I don't mean it's right, but yeah, like if the zombies were wiping out everything, I guess they can't. I guess the zombies wouldn't feed Tiamat, right? So there you go. Anyways, that's my interpretation of the whole thing. Once again, if you have time or if you don't have time, make time and watch this show. It's really good. It's only 4 episodes. There should have been more, but you know, it left us thinking more, makes us want to talk about it, which is a good sign, and you should watch it. Anyways, that's my video on Marvel Zombies and the fight between Icarus and Captain Marvel. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.